Was I going this way? Yeah. Oh, I can't reuse it. Shame. It still has that same mechanic from the first game, where you can't reuse a weapon once you use it to it. Well, actually, couldn't I reuse a weapon if I use it to impale someone? Another one of these. Nothing down here. Oh, it's some sort of hounds. Oh, I think the Reaver is absorbing my my souls. And is not allowing me to devour them myself. That's a shame. What is this? Well, apparently nothing.
Here's one.
Let's try and disable the Reaver. Once we feel the enemy is nearly dead. Well, I guess the Reaver deals more damage the more souls it absorbs. Ah, another one of these. Cool. Yeah, so I guess that strategy is not that viable. Nothing behind the waterfall. Can't use this, right? There are a lot of these. Well, maybe they don't really mean anything.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
No, this way. Gotta absorb some souls. Give me your soul, man. I need it more than you do. There's a gate. Okay. I don't really like the lock mechanism. Damn it. The lock mechanism, I don't know, it works, but it, I don't know, it feels off. It feels a bit hard for my character to approach the enemy. There's no portal here. Why is there no portal? Where are the portals? Hope it's not too far. Where are the portals? Have I been spoiled by the last game where the portals were everywhere? Oh, couldn't I just do this at will? No. Portals. I hope I didn't miss one back there, but... Really? Oh, it's right here. I hope the enemies do not respawn, because that would be annoying. Well, at least we're fully healed now. So that's cool, I guess. So let us continue our journey. Check the map. So we are now in the Pillars area. Sarafan Stronghold, streaming device. Yeah, it's a shame the areas are not better outlined. I mean, I'm just pressing right and it's selecting these, and I would have no idea they're here. Since they're not, well, they're not really highlighted on the map. Okay, past all the dead vampires. Yeah, these guys keep ducking. That's annoying. Stop it. Ah, hold. Are we at the pillars now?
The Pillars of Nosgoth.
We are.
Pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
So I take it this is before Kain refused the sacrifice?
You're there, Raziel.
Moebius led me to you, Kain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Moebius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Moebius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Moebius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
The hell?
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the Pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these Pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nutraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nutraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the Pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Moebius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the Pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret, hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
Okay. We faced Kain. And, well, I have no idea what to do right now. I guess we could go that way. But he mentioned that Ariel was trying to make her way here or something. The former Guardian of Balance, whose death caused all of this to happen. the corruption of the pillars, and all the story that we already covered. If I switch to the spectral realm, I doubt it, but no Ariel. Thought I had to speak with her once, like we did in the previous game, but apparently not. Oh!
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Yeah, let's find all the secrets. Because apparently Kain orchestrated all of this entire situation. And yeah, I switched to Spectral to maybe meet Ariel, but apparently this was not a climbable wall. It's stairs. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah, this combat feels a bit odd. I read there were some issues with it. I don't know if it's fixable or not. Since I cannot remember if this is how the game used to handle when I played it for the first time.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Oh, we have two... no, not two. Damn, these cutscenes throw me off completely in terms of directions. This way. Oh, this is interesting. What is this place?
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
Soul Reaver time?
And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Interesting. What the hell is that? What are these? Well, they're dead. So it doesn't matter what they are. Very curious to know what will happen if I let the Reaver fully charge. Yeah, let's find out. It's fully charged. Oh, it's devouring my soul. Okay, so it does. Yeah, does drain my health, but only when it's fully charged. Good to know. Those things don't really have a soul, do they? Did someone just whisper Raziel? Oh, is this the other gods? Oh, more. It's the pillars. Again.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
Yep, it's the other gods.
Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Your silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here?
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed? Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Moebius.
Moebius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Moebius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my Soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form, but if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Okay, so the Elder God is here. And let's see, we came from these stairs, right? I think I saw an opening down there. There's also a save place. Let's save here. And I'm nearly done for now. Let's just check down here. So let's see. Here's the Elder Gods. And there is this opening down here. Where does it lead to? Or maybe it's just a way to get back up if I fall? Why do I keep diving? Was I here before? There's a climbable wall. Oh, I guess this is the way we have to go or something. There's a massive cave. This is probably better explored in Spectral Realm, so there's no water. Yeah, we'll explore this later. I just saved, so it feels like a good place to stop for now. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you are enjoying this Soul Reaver 2 playthrough. And I'll see you all next time.